An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
You just got through hearing from the ex-Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bavino and Department of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. Both of them told the public a bold lie face. I don't know who wrote that script. I don't know who said that this was a good idea for them to get in front of the public and say this after the shooting of Alex, right? But they both lied. They said that the individual approached them with the 9mm handgun and they tried to disarm him. Well, I'm sure that you guys have seen this video countless of times. We're going to go through it just one more time because I have absolutely no problem calling out lies and bullshit. The reason why we're going through this here is because I need for you to understand that at this point, they absolutely do not care anymore. What we're seeing is straight bullying attack. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing the government inciting riots and at the same time causing the people, which is you and I, to lose trust in the government. What better way to reset this damn thing than to turn the people against themselves, then have a distrust for the government? And we see how the economy is flowing right now as well, right? So not only is there a distrust with the government, they are also creating a distrust with the money, with the banking system, with the economy altogether. ICE is doing their job. ICE is doing exactly what they are being paid to do, which is to go into these blue cities, these cities that did not vote for Trump, to go into these blue cities and create a chaos. See, the problem with Renee Good when she was shot was that, and I hate to say it, but she was a female, even though she was white. She was a white female, but she was a white female that was part of the homosexual community. This guy here, Alex Kelly, and I'm really hoping that I'm saying his name right. I'm really hoping that I'm saying, especially for the family's sake. This was a white male. This was a white male that had a license to carry in the city of Minnesota. This was a white male that had a license to carry in the city of Minnesota, and he was a first responder employee. This was a white male that was doing what he thought was right, which was standing up for his community and trying to protect a young lady who was pushed to the ground by thugs, by goons, by gangsters. Because he was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong individuals. He got pepper sprayed, rushed to the ground, beat by cowards, robbed of the gun that they said that he approached them with, and murdered in the streets. Right. So you seen the video. So our government is telling us not to believe what our eyes just see. That has to be what our government is telling us. That is what Greg Bovino and Christy Gnomes is telling us. They both are telling us, regardless to what the videos say. And video, may I mind you, has been presented as evidence for right and wrong since there has been video, right? People now are buying and spending tons of money putting video cameras on their homes, and people have video cameras attached to their vehicles. Why? Because the video shows the evidence of who may have broken in and entered, and who may have stolen something. And when police conduct investigations, what is the first thing that they look for? They look for video. They look for video. So the video tells us that what Gregory Vino and what Christy Gnomes both spoke to the public with the script was a lie. I did not see an individual that approached any law enforcement, whether it was ICE, the City of Minnesota Police Department, the feds, no law enforcement. I didn't see an individual approach a citizen with the 9mm. They never would have known that this guy had a 9mm on him if they hadn't killed him and robbed him. They have never known. So to say that it seems like to you guys that this was an individual that came with the intent to inflict harm, bodily injury, and kill federal agents is a lie. So what are you doing? You're creating chaos. You're creating an issue. You are inciting a riot with your goons that are going from city to city, and state to state. At this point, there have been more U.S. citizens that have been harmed by ICE than immigrants. This is not my fight. I'm not going to get out in the street and protest for Alex. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for Renee Good. I feel bad for her family. I feel bad for their friends. I feel bad. I really do. I really, truly, truly do. What we are witnessing is mass murder in the streets by the government on American citizens, which leads us to, after Alex shooting in the streets, now something seemed like it may be about to get done. Gregory Bovino has been released of his duties.
I want to get you up to date on some breaking news. Gregory Bovino, the U.S. Border Patrol commander at large, has been demoted amid the fallout from 2 deadly shootings at the hands of federal agents in Minnesota. A source close to the decision to demote Bovino told Fox 2 tonight that Bovino will now return to his former position, enforcing the administration's immigration policy in California, where he was before. Tomorrow, border czar Tom Homan will be in Minnesota to oversee DHS operations in the state, and he's scheduled to meet with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey.
That's right. Gregory Bovino has been removed of his role as Border Patrol commander at large and will return to his former job in El Centro, California, where he is expected to retire soon, according to a DHS official, 2 people with knowledge of the change. Bovino's sudden demotion is the clearest sign yet that the Trump administration is reconsidering its most aggressive tactics after the killing Saturday of 37-year-old Alex Pertetti by Border Patrol agents under Bovino's command. Earlier today, President Trump appeared to signal in a series of social media posts a tactical shift in the administration's mass deportation campaign. Trump wrote that he spoke with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, whom the White House has blamed for inciting violence. The two men are now on a similar wavelength. Tom Homan, the former ICE chief, whom Trump has designated border czar, will head to Minnesota to assume command of the federal mobilization there, Trump said. Out of all the chaos that ICE has been committing throughout this country within the last, half year or so, now Gregory Bavino was being demoted. Now Gregory Bavino was being moved back to El Centro, California, where he is soon to retire. What happened? What was the sudden change? What caused this to come about now? This didn't come about when Keith Porter, who was 43 years old, was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent. I think that's really bad because even when they're on duty, you can't tell the ICE agents from nobody else because they're not in no type of a uniform. You had Silverado Villegas Gonzalez, who was 38, shot and killed by an unnamed ICE officer near Franklin Park in Illinois on September of 2025. And the last two recent ones, Renee Nicole Good and now Alex Jeffrey Pichetti. Alex Jeffrey Pichetti. It's probably the nail in the coffin in Minnesota. They didn't just kill anybody. They killed an ICU nurse. They killed an ICU nurse who I'm sure is in top standings in the community. They killed a white male who was a first responder employee. And the other thing that I think that happened as to what got Gregory Bavino sent up out of here is that I truly believe that Tim Walz and the administration in Minnesota is pressing and I'm not talking just indictments on the ICE agents. I'm talking indictments on this administration. Something happened because we know how stubborn Trump is. We know Trump does not move unless he is forced to move. And if he is talking differently, because that's what Tim Walz said, he said, I had a conversation with Trump and he sounds a lot different than he has sounded in the past. And Melania Trump even said the exact same thing. Nobody heard nothing from her up until now when she on there talking about she want peace. What happened? I believe indictment talk, execution talk is on the table. And if you don't get your people up out of here soon, we're going to move forward with this. Now, Tim Walz said something that I really, really hope happened in Minnesota, which is that they are going to be allowed to conduct their own investigation. And it was said that if it's found that it was negligent murder, then this officer is going to have to come back to Minnesota. Basically. Yeah. At some point, they messed around and killed the wrong person. And I think it was Alex Daddy.